Coach, talk what it's been like to be able to get back out there after such a lengthy break since indoor season and be able to have a season and vie for a MAC championship this Saturday at Bowling Green.
It's preparation-wise, it's obviously been difficult for the team. A lot of things out of our control. But as far as running is concerned, the thing that is within our control, preparation has been great. We've got a good group of girls that have really put in a lot of work. It's not just been this fall either. It's been work they've put in throughout the summer and even last spring. For some of our seniors, this is a culmination of 4 years of hard work leading up to this point. So throughout the entire group of girls, I've seen quite a bit of improvement from a physiological perspective. Also, I've seen it from a mental perspective. The opportunity to compete this weekend, to even have a season this fall is huge for the girls. They don't take that for granted at all. They're running this race like it's their last, because nothing's guaranteed for us. So preparation-wise, really happy with where they're at, really excited to see how they do this weekend.
Last year you had a really, I don't want to say breakthrough year, but you really stepped up your production. You peaked at the right point with the MAC championships finishing fourth. Just talk about the carryover from that meet last year and the growth that the girls had, not only during the indoor season, but since, as it parlays to this week itself.
Yeah, last year, you're right. It really was a breakthrough for the whole program. Before I arrived at Akron, out of the 12 schools in the conference, our women's cross-country team had placed 11th, 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 and 10th. First year here, we placed my first year here 3 years ago. We placed 8th. Last year, we were 5th, and we were only about 25 points out of 3rd place with some highly respectable, talented programs. I had 3 girls that were all conference performers, Mackenzie Andrews, Haley Hass, and a still current member of the team, Lindsay Scarton. The other 2 gals, they graduated, but it was a huge year for us, and it's part of the vision of kind of turning this program around, hopefully getting back to a spot where we can compete for a MAC championship. This year's a little crazy, but we're in the hunt. We're up there in the mix with the top teams. From an individual standpoint, there's girls within the program right now that have absolutely dramatically improved. I can't even describe it. You just look at a gal like our 2 senior leaders, Alyssa Thomas as a freshman. She wasn't even on the travel roster. She'd struggled with some injuries and wasn't able to compete as a freshman. Now she's consistently one of the top runners on the team, has been for a few years, and she was a big part of our turnaround and our team culture that we've had over the past few years since I arrived. You also look at Lindsay Scarton, senior as well. As a freshman, she was 70th at the conference championships. And last year at Northern Illinois, as a junior, she finished 8th overall. So a tremendous development from her. And that goes back to culture. Both those girls have played a big part in the change of culture here. And because of that, we're back in the hunt for a conference championship in women's cross country.
Knowing the depth that you have with the seniors, kind of what is your expectation with this team going into this meet, knowing that you don't have the depth of a full season to know how the other teams are doing, where they're progressing? What is kind of the mindset going into this weekend with this team?
That's a good question. It all comes down to controlling what you can. And, we can't be worried about what some other conference schools are doing. We literally have almost no idea what they're doing, what recruits came into their program this fall, because there's only been really 1 or 2 weeks of competition leading up to this. So it's literally anybody's race, which is pretty exciting. But Uh, you know, from a training perspective, coaching perspective, mental preparation perspective, we can control what we can control, and that's our own training and that's our own approach to this meet. And so, what other teams are doing, that doesn't change what our preparation is like. So, we've been doing the same things that have made us successful in the past. I'm not a big gimmicky type of coach. I've had to think outside the box, certainly with the the year that we've had. But we've been doing the fundamentals. We've been doing the fundamentals for a long time. We've been doing them consistently, and the girls have consistently improved. So I'm confident we'll have some good results this weekend.
And I guess finally, and you've covered a lot of this, but Akron is going to be successful this weekend if?
Akron is going to be successful this weekend. No if. There's just a matter of how much success. I really do think the sky's the limit for this group. We've brought in some really talented recruits. We've developed a great core group of girls that were already here. And so sky's the limit. We're going to be successful. It's just a matter of how much we'll improve. So that's an exciting spot to be in. It's in a different sporting analogy. It's like playing with house money, so to speak. We've got nothing to lose here, and I just have to go out and leave it all on the course. And the places and the team finish, that'll take care of itself as long as we compete individually to our fullest potential. Besides our senior leaders, Alyssa Thomas and Lindsay Scarton, we also have a really strong group of girls. Probably leading that group would be Lizzie Gurko from Nordonia High School, just up the road. Lizzie's a awesome story. She was 221 in the 800 as a high school senior. When she was recruited to Akron, she was told by the previous coach that she wouldn't really even run cross country. And she's far exceeded expectations. I do think she's in a position where she could finish as an all-conference performer this weekend. All-conference would be top 14 finishers. Even though her main event was the 800 in high school, which she has improved. She ran 213 last year as a sophomore. But aerobically, she is a totally different runner. And so I'm really excited to see what she can do. Behind her, we've got a few newcomers. Sophia Leto, who's a transfer from Florida. And then we've also got Danielle Honecker, who is an incoming freshman from Ashland High School. Both of those girls have really improved a lot just in the 5 months I've been working with them. And I expect them to really have a good race this weekend. After those girls, we've got a group of middle distance runners, Leah Recker, McKenna Heimlich, Kira Karunches, who is a new runner from the Netherlands. All those girls are what I expect to be. They're already very close, but I expect them to be sub 210, 800 girls this year. But they've taken on the challenge of cross country and running that 6K, which isn't particularly easy for a middle distance runner. They've done a great job, and they should make a big difference for our team effort this weekend.